Hello guys, this is Amy from Hebei Gentmental Technology Limited Company. Our company, also referred as Gentfence, is located at the Wearmesh hometown Anping County, Hebei Province. It has a long history, around 13 years. Our company mainly product triangle bending fence, tempered fence, high security fence, chainic fence, tubular fence, and so on. Today, I will introduce our mainly product tempered fence to you. The tempered fence, also called construction fence, is most popularly used in the construction site. And there you can see at my behind, this is our little sample. This one is the Australia tempered fence. About the tempered fence, we have three types. The three types have the different size using the different place. This one is the Australia tempered fence. The Australia tempered fence have the simple structure, welded wire mesh in it, and the frame is the round tube. The tube have the two horizontal tube and the vertical tube. The vertical tube, the thickness is the diameter is 32 millimeters and the thickness is 1.4, 1.8, 2.0 millimeters, all available for you. And the horizontal tube, there you can see there is at the end of the horizontal tube, this place is flattened. We make it flattened the purpose to aid the loading quantity. And there you also can see there is a different point. There is no the horizontal wire at the bottom of the flattened real tube, because this is flattened and this place, if the horizontal wire also have it, maybe couldn't fix it, welded it, so we cut it and makes it like this type. And the welded wire mesh, the thickness we do 3.0 millimeter or 4 millimeter in Australian market, and the mesh size we usually do is 60 by 150 millimeters, and the height of the panel suit the Australian market is 2.1 meter, and the length should be 2.4 meter. And as we all know, the container size is 11.5 meters. So if some customers will require that they want to add more the loading quantity, they will require the length as 2.3 meters. That's we all can do for you. And the surface treatment of the tempered fence, we have three types. One is the wire and the tube are pre-galvanized and welded. Then the part of the welded we will use the anti-rust paint it, and then finished we will using the silver paint all over the one panel cover and make it at the same color. And it also can make it looks like beautiful. And the second, we have the welded black wire and the tube welded, then hot dip galvanized. If we hot dip galvanized at the bottom of the rail of the horizontal rail, at the end of there should be have the hole on at this place at the bottom of the horizontal tube. Well, another one, we also have the customers require do the powder coated surface treatment. It can do any the warning color to warn the people this place is construct now, and it also can protect the people. Well, at the base, and there you also can see at the top and the bottom there is a length of the leg. the distance, the top and the bottom, the leg distance is the same of 150 millimeters. And this top of the leg is using for the clips connect the two panels of the temporary fence. And the bottom, the leg using for put the panel into the feet and make it stable. As we see the beside the feet, you can see there are two different color plastic feet. This one is similar red, and this one is orange. And I will show you the detail. And the base, there you can see the plastic feet. We call it blow molding plastic feet. There is a hole. There are two holes at the vertical line, and put the panels into the hole, make it stable. And there in front there is a hole on the side. This hole we can put the concrete into it and make it stable. And when we fill the concrete, the weight can be reached the 27 kilometers. And the size of the feet we usually do is 200 millimeters by 600 millimeters, and the height should be 130 millimeters. Well, except the vertical length of the hole, we also have another show you. This one, you can see the difference is the two holes. We just saw the sample is the vertical line, and this one is the horizontal line. We can put the panel as this one at this, and one panel we fill it in this, and it also have the hole in the front. It also can fix the concrete into it. And except the red color, we also have the yellow color. So every the color as your requirement. And except this, we also have this one. There you can see there looks like a cross and 4 holes into it. It's usually using in the corner place, or when you put the 2 panels in it and you want outside panels, then you can using this plastic feet. And we all talk about there is a hole in the front of the feet to fill the concrete into it. Well, there I will show you there is a different type. There you can see, except the horizontal hole line, there also have a bigger hole on the top of the feet. The feet is different with the concrete. We can put the water into it, and we can loading it empty to customers, and when the customer get it, they can carry it easily to the construction site and put water into it. When the construction site finished, they can put water out and carry it to home. That will be easy. And the next I will introduce a special design of the plastic feet. It's also called blow mold plastic feet. Well, there is a thinner about. We just introduced the blow molding plastic feet, and there you can see there is 2 horizontal line holes, and there are 2 vertical line of the holes, and there also have the little hole fill the concrete into it, and it can make the panels stable. And after the blow molding of the plastic feet, we also have another type. We call it injection mode plastic fit. Well, you can see at the inner is empty, and we first need to put 2 steel bar into it and fill the concrete into it. Well, there you can see there is a 2 horizontal hole line on the top of the plastic. We also have another color. This one is yellow and this one is green. So all of the types of the plastic fit and colors all available for you, and we all can do as your requirement. Well, after the welded wire mesh structure, we also have another type. Different structure is chain-link fence fabric in it. It's also using most popular in Australia and New Zealand. Later I will show you. Okay, thank you for your attention, and next I will introduce another structure temper fence. This is a different structure. There is a chain-link fence fabric in it, and you can see the frame is using our labor using the tie wire connect the chain-link fabric on the frame, and the frame is same with the Australia temper fence we just introduced for you. At the end of the horizontal tube, it also flatten it, and the leg distance, the leg length is also 150 millimeters, and the inner, the chain-link fabric, the wear diameter we usually do is 2.5 millimeters, 3.0 millimeters, and the opening is 60 by 60 millimeters. And this also can use. This is mostly popular in New Zealand, and they have the theme about the plastic fit. And we talk about the chain-link fabric. We also have another type of the chain-link fabric inner temper fence. Is mostly popular in American market, but there are some different points with this type. The first difference is at the real end of the American type of the chain-link temper fence. This is no flatten, and the leg distance is also different. As we all know, this leg distance is 150 millimeters, but the American chain-link temper fence, the leg on the top is 50 millimeters, and the length and the bottom length distance is 150 millimeters. This is the two difference, and also the second difference about the fit. There is different. The American chain-link temper fence is used by the same frame diameter round tube welded to vertical tube and three horizontal tube as a stand, and there should be have a smaller diameter, the two vertical tube on the middle of the horizontal tube, and using this stand to fix the two panels as one line. So this is our American type of the temper fence. It's different with this one. And the next I will show you how to use the clips connect the chain-link fence, how to use the clips connect two pieces of the temper fence. The clips have the different distance at the base hole size distance. Okay, later I will show you the different. Well, the next I will introduce about the clips connect the two pieces of the temper fence. There you can see there is a small. This is the small one, and this one is the big one. The small one, the distance of the two holes is 75 millimeters, and this big one, two holes distance is 100 millimeters. And different, well, you also can see these two clips use matching the different diameter of the frame pipe. We can do the 32 millimeters, and we also can do the 48 millimeters. Different distance of the clips match the different distance about the feet. You can see this one, the smaller one, the distance is 75 millimeters. So for this, we call it injection blow fit. And this one is suitable. This one is the 100 millimeters suitable for this type of the plastic fit. And the thickness of the clips is we usually do is 4.0 millimeters, and the surface treatment usually is hot dip galvanized, and the zinc coating can reach the 400 gram per square meter. That's all about the Australia temper fence instruction and the detail about the fit and the clips instruction. And next I will introduce the third type of the temper fence. We call it Canada temper fence. Well, there is a temper fence. It's more popular in New Zealand market. There you can see there is a inner have the Chelling fabric in it, and the Chelling fabric we usually do is the PVC coated inner, and the thickness and the diameter usually is 4.0 millimeter, and the opening is 50 by 50, 60 by 60, and even 75 by 75 millimeters. And the Chelling fabric using the 10 wire, collect the Chelling fabric with the frame. The 10 wire diameter usually is 2 millimeter. By our labor using their hand collect the Chelling fabric on the frame. The frame pipe, the diameter we usually do is 32 millimeters, and the thickness is 1.4, 1.8, or 2.0 millimeter. And there is a special about the frame. This temper fence is need to be the top of the frame have a bending like this, and collect the Chelling fabric in it. And there you can see on the side, this is the hook, and the size we usually do is 16 millimeters, and the connection is 20 millimeters diameter, and the thickness is 1.0 millimeter. And the New Zealand market, the popular size about the height is usually can do the 900 millimeters or the 1000 millimeters, and the length is from 2.0 meter to 2.4 meter, and the feet is just have this one feet is flat. The feet size is 50 or 60 millimeters, but the length is 600 millimeters, and the thickness we can do is 5 or 6 millimeters. Well, the surface treatment You can see the inner is PVC chain link fence, and the frame is we have two sides. We have two types. One is the common hot dip galvanized, and the zinc coating is 40 to 60 gram per square meter. And we also have another high zinc coating, the surface high zinc coating surface treatment, and the zinc coating can reach 200 gram per square meter. Well, there you can see also have another type of this New Zealand temper fence. It's our new design. There is a different surface treatment like the PVC chain link fence. This is the galvanized wire chain link fabric in it, and the wire should be 2.5 millimeters or 3.0 millimeter, and the opening seam with the chain link seam with the PVC coated is 50 by 50, 60 by 60, or even 75 by 75 millimeters. And the length and the hook connection and the fit all the same with this PVC coated New Zealand temper fence. Okay, that's all the introduction and installation about the New Zealand temper fence. Okay, now you can see there are two samples of the Canada temper fence on our desk, and you can see there is a different appearance about with the Australia temper fence and the American temper fence. They have the different appearance and also have the different structure. About the Canada fence, you can see the frame is the square tube, and the size we usually do is 20 by 20 and 25 by 25 and the 30 by 30, and the thickness is 1.0 meter, 1.5 and 2.0 millimeter. And also there is a difference with the Australia temper fence and the American temper fence. There is a horizontal brace at the middle of the top and bottom. It can make the fence panel more stable and stronger. And the wire diameter we usually do is 3 millimeter or 4 millimeter, and the size is 50 by 100 or 100 by 300 millimeters as your requirement. And at the behind you can see the wire is welded at the horizontal brace. It also can make the panel stable on the inner edge. And there is also a difference about the fit with the Australia temper fence and the American temper fence. The Canada temper fence has his special fit. This is the flattened fit and welded the square tube on it. And we also have another type. We also have another type is using the round pipe instead of the square pipe. It's most popularly using in the corner because it can make the degree smoothly and do any the degree as your requirement. And the plus fit and the flat fit size we usually do is 50 millimeters and by the 600 millimeters, and the thickness is the 5 millimeters or 6 millimeter. And you also can see there on the top there is a special clips using to connect two pieces of the Canada temper fence. This is also the square tube welded. And we also have another type. It's the flat steel flat. on the top and welded the square tube or round tube on it to connect the two pieces of the temper fence. And at here you can see there are different surface treatment of the Canada temper fence. In fact, we have three types of the surface treatment. One is the pre-galvanized wire and tube welded, and then we will paint the silver paint. It can make the surface looks very good. And the second one is the black wire and tube welded, then hot dip galvanized, and the different of the zinc coated. The normally one is the zinc coating is 40 to 60 gram per square meter, and the hot dip galvanized after welded, the zinc coating can reach 400 gram per square meter. And the last one is the powder coating. The inner wire and the tube are pre-galvanized wire and the tube welded and then powder coating. The color we can do this one is the red. We also can do the black, the blue, green, any of the warning color, because this one is also mostly using in the construction site. The construction site, the fence have two foundations. One is warning the people to don't close it, and the second foundation is protect the worker in the place. So the colors, we can do any of the warning color at their requirement. Okay, after the instruction of the structure and the size, we talk about the size suited for the Canada, and the Canada market popular the size. About the height we usually do is 66 feet, and the length of the panel from 8 feet to 12 feet, all available for you. And after we talk about the Canada fence, and we also talk about the temper fence, Australia temper fence and American temper fence. The all temper fence packing in the container, we all can build them. The temper fence, the Australia temper fence and the American temper fence all can build in the container, and it can aid the loading quantity but not easy for loading and unloading. And also it can will up the labor cost. If we package them with the pallet, it will be easy for loading and unloading, and it also reduce the labor cost. But this kind of Canada temper fence, the surface treatment is powder coating. We usually packed with the packet to protect the surface treatment looks very well when the customer got it. And the clips and the feet, we all packed them with the pallet. The clips we packed them in the carton box. It can ensure the quantity and ensure the surface treatment not broken. Okay, after the packing, let me have a little instruction about the temper fence process of the production. No matter the Canada temper fence or the Australia temper fence or the American temper fence, the first step of the production is we purchase the wire and make it straight and cut the size as we need, and then we will welding the panel and by the machine, and the panel come out. The labor will using the machine to cut the spine on the side of the panel and make it won't hurt people. And they also can use the tool to measure the size of the panel, ensure the size is right, and if no problem, they will make the panel. They will put the panel welded on the frame. The frame is the frame, as we know, is made up as the round tube. The round tube we need to. The raw material is also is 6 meters, and we need to cut it as we need the size. For example, 2.1 meter, and the horizontal tube is 2.4 meter. The horizontal tube weigh about the temper fence, about the Australia temper fence. We need to do the precise is flatten at the end of the frame, and then welded the frame. Put the frame on the platform and put the wire mesh panel in it, and then our laborers will welded the wire on the frame. Our laborers all have more than 3 years about the welding, so please don't worry about the quality of the welding. And the welding of the temper fence, no matter the Australia or Canada, you can see this. We all have welded the wire mesh in the frame, and to make sure the panel is stable and won't be broken when we loading it and unloading it. Okay, and later I will show you a shot of the video in our factory about the process of the production, the temper fence. Okay, that's all of the introduction about our temper fence, like the Australia temper fence, American temper fence, Canada temper fence. They have the different appearance and the different in structure, and also have the different clips and different fit. All are available for you. And if you want to know more information, please click the link at the bottom and know more information about our product. And you also can research our website and looking for you're interested in the products. And if you have any inquiry and questions, please send an email to us. We will reply you on time. This is Amy. Thank you for your attention. And today I mainly introduced our temper fence for you. And we also have another mainly product like the triangle bending fence, chain link fence, high security fence, tubular fence, crowd control barrier, and so on. So if you want to know more information about our company, please follow us and pay more attention our next live stream. And you also can research our company name and find the reply of our past the live stream. Know more information. Okay, thank you for your attention. Thank you for your watching. Thank you. Bye bye.